So in this video, I'll be talking about how to switch off an engine that you just did a fun drive with. A lot of people have been messing up their engine because after they may not even know it's what we call fun drive or hot speed drive, or something similar, and they will just shut down their engine. It doesn't matter whether it's naturally aspirated or turbocharged one. So now let's get to it. Now, before I talk about how to switch off, let's talk about what is even the fun drive. Now, fun drive is a kind of different from high speed. Yes, fun drive is part of high speed, but not necessarily just, I did a 200 kilometers per hour. Oof, that's big. No, that's not necessarily fun drive. Fun drive is more about high RPM than the high speedometer. Now, note the difference. Fun drive is more about high RPM than high speedometer. Of course, RPM is the tachometer, so that needle in the tachometer goes up and down. Most people they don't understand when you say RPM, that revolution per minute. For example, you say 2000, 2005, 500. They will say like they don't see it there. If your tachometer is showing 1, 2, 3, 4, what it means is 1000, 2000, 3000, 5000, to up to 7000, 8000, depending on the setup. So, and how much high your engine can take. That will determine how high your RPM or your tachometer, the figure it will have. So now the RPM, let me say it again. The RPM is the one, or the tachometer is the gauge on your instrument panel. The instrument panel is one most Nigerians call speed clock. But generally it's called instrument panel or instrument cluster. So the RPM is the one that when you are stationary, if you press your throttle pedal, it will go up and come down, or it will stay high until you release so that's one that moves as you press your throttle, not the one that moves up and down depending on the movement of the vehicle. I know a lot of people who are not into cars, they do get confused when you explain some of these things. So that's what I mean. The tachometer, the RPM, how high your needle stays. Most especially the higher, if it stays higher too long, going up and down, that's what I'm talking about. Fun drive. And of course, fun drive is not in the city. Don't do it in the street or all those things. Now, it doesn't mean the speedometer will not get high when you are doing fun drive, but that's not the focus. For example, in most countries, they already have, almost all the countries now have speed limit. Well, I say most, I just leave it at most. Speed limits on highway and all that. So, if it's speed limit says 70 miles per gallon, 70 miles per hour, 70 miles per hour, 120 kilometers per hour, that sort of thing. You can still do fun drive with such limited speed, even though it may suck, but you can still enjoy yourself, can do some fun drive. So in that case, you see that it's not really about the speedometer, it's the tachometer that stays higher. So, for example, you guys may not be seeing here because this is actually a manual car. I use the manual car to demonstrate how high fun drive, because the engine is not running now. So, you just step up your highway or freeway or expressway and you decide to have some fun. For manual, you shift it. Maybe you are doing, I don't know how many speed, but you are on gear 4 or gear 5. And you are driving just normally and you want to catch some fun. What do? You downshift, manual. You just press the throttle down. No, not the throttle. Press the clutch pedal down. Pull it from gear 5, push it to gear 3, Yeah, there are some speed. For example, if you are, this is 4.6 V6 manual. If you want to catch fun on this car, the fun usually starts from gear 3. It can start from gear 2, but it won't be, it's not as fun as gear 2, gear 3. From gear 3, that's when the fun starts. So you pull it, maybe you are doing like 100 kilometers per hour, 80 kilometers per hour or thereabout. You decide to have fun and you're on gear 5. You don't need to shift to gear 4. Just keep that gear 4. Shift it from 5 or from 6 or whatever the gear is, the highest gear is. Shift it to 3. As you are removing your leg from the throttle, you are pressing it down. You just push you back like this, off you go. Now at that time, for example, for like this engine, gear 3 can take you up to 140 kilometers per hour. Yes, I'm saying that. I may even go higher. Yes, I'm saying that. I'm not telling you this because it can push you to that. So at that time, you can say 120 kilometers per hour is not really that high speed. But when you look at your RPM and see where it's going, you understand. That's what I mean by fun drive. In that case, it's actually your gearbox that is doing most of the work now. Engine is also doing, because the RPM is all about engine, but more of, in fact, both engine and gear screams. But even though the vehicle speed is not that much. So that's what I mean by hot speed. Before you push it, you keep pushing, you hold on, you keep pushing, you keep pushing. In that case, you are probably not even looking at the RPM anymore, the tachometer. It's the engine sound. You are not looking at the engine sound, the gearbox sound screaming. Both of them, as they are screaming, then you gauge the vehicle movement to know, does it still push harder? Does it still move faster, or has it started slowing? Not slowing down, but the speed has started to drop a little. That means that gearbox, that particular gear, has gotten to its limit. I'm saying, you can use your speedometer to do, or your instrument panel to know when to shift at that. But I'm telling you, as an expert, somebody who is already an expert, someone like me, I already know. I don't need to look at it to know when to shift to a higher gear. The screaming of the engine, the screaming of the gearbox, and then the speed I'm doing. Once it's no longer move as fast as I started when I first took off, I know, okay, it's time to shift to another one. You gauge it, you hold on, before you know, you shift it, boom, boom, boom. Mechanical, that's as you are doing, see, it's a skill. I know I've not gotten to the part of where I want to do on this video, but I just want you to understand why manual performance, not just performance, manual V6 Peugeot cars or other performance Peugeot cars are very, very fun. Guys, I have a V6 automatic, but when it comes to fun, it's not even close to the manual. People that compare is people who really don't know how to drive manual, honestly. So you shift it immediately as you're doing, you play with your clutch. Even your clutch and your pedal, there's a way you do it. As one is going down, one is like coming up, and it won't come out halfway. Even your clutch, it may come out like halfway before as you are shifting. You see your RPM, it will be probably, let's just say it was at 5,000 or thereabout. Then all of a sudden it goes down. As it's going down, you are shifting to another gear. Before it gets to 2,000, you're already in another gear. As you are releasing your clutch, as you are pressing your throttle, before it's coming, you just jump up again. That is fun. Automatic, you just stay here. You will never go. Actually, you just keep going like this. Keep going like this. No, you have no control. You just so not that you can't have fun with automatic. I'm using manual to describe it. So all this while you find out that your RPM, your tachometer, stays too high most of the time. And what now happens is the engine becomes very, very hot. Now, understand me, your temperature gauge will still be reading normal, right? But like most of this thing is the coolant temperature sensor, switch or whatever that reports to the temperature gauge on your instrument panel. So what now happens is your coolant may be working at normal distance, but every other part of the engine has gone extremely hot. Your exhaust manifold, every part of the engine has become so massively, that's fucking hot. That's why it's not all, you can't use all engines to do this. Let me tell you, for those who will be using like EW10J4 or TU5JP4, you will just knock off your engine. Seriously, guy, you will wreck it. Don't try it. You may do it the first time, second time, third time, you should just give up. Or you may not pack on immediately, but within a few months, you realize your engine has started burning oil. That's why I tell people, if you are into speed, just look for the biggest or most powerful engine on that model you are interested in. It doesn't mean you can't travel with a smaller engine, but it means you can't speed it like you speed smaller engine. Smaller engines can go do the same distance as big engine do, and it won't reduce the lifespan. But the difference is, if you push it hard like a big engine would do, big engine is designed, or the ones with powerful, have enough power or bigger power, is designed to handle high speed without affecting the engine. Why the smaller engine that is designed just for fuel economy, and you start stressing the engine, even as a society, you know that the engine is struggling. It's not meant for that kind of thing. So that's what I'm saying. If I don't go and use your small puke engine, I'll wreck it and come back and say, Lion King, you have deceived me. You pushed me to go and kill my engine. I do it a lot in all my V6 cars. For many years, look at them. They're still intact. None of them short oil. So, like I was saying, your RPA, you find out that your engine will become very hot. So when you are done with all those, your fun drive, your laughter in the car, because there are some fun drive, honestly, like in this particular one, 46 V6 manual, sometimes I'll just burst out laughing. As in, the fun can be so good because of how the character of the car, how it behaves. Sometimes you do it, the tail will shift as if you want to shift, to one side. You use your manual again, you shift it down. There's a way you do it with your clutch and everything. You pull it back, it returns it. Manual control. You use the manual to control the vehicle the way you want it. Gosh, it's just that most people don't know how to drive. Let me just put it that way. Anyway, now we are done with it. Is our highway. We are heading back home or to your destination. Guys, don't just go immediately and switch off your engine. No matter how big your engine is, no, don't do it. Don't kill your engine. What you do is, let's say you're done with the highway, now you're heading home, and it take you like 50 kilometers to get to your house or where you stepped out or where you want to end the journey. Then you will just start doing your normal driving, reduce the speed, don't push it hard. If possible at that time, you can switch off your AC. If you don't want to switch off the AC, fine, but don't drive it hard anymore. If it takes you 5 minutes or 10 minutes to get to the place, just keep driving, just the normal way. I'm not saying start crawling like a tortoise, no, but just keep driving normal. When you eventually get to, even if maybe your house is on the expressway, the way you drove out and did the fun drive, don't enter your house immediately. And trust me, guys, just maybe before you get there, just start driving slowly, normally. Enter inside town, drive inside town, maybe whatever, just drive all this normal 20, 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers per hour. Then get to your house, leave your engine running. At least 3 minutes, if you can wait up to 5 minutes. But never ever just immediately you stop the car stop moving, you switch off, you don't do it. Leave your engine to idle for close to at least more than 2 minutes. Switch off your AC at that time. What I'm saying is, reduce the pressure on your engine. You'll find out that your fan will stay on for a very, very long time. It may not be on high speed. It may come down to low speed, but you still stay on. You keep running and keep running and keep running and keep running. You just be cooling, because that time it's no longer the coolant or water in the system that is cooling. It's the other part of the engine that have become fucking hot at that time. All those times you are doing fun drive, man, your engine, it's like if you put anything there, it will burn it. If you put food on there, it will cook it and dry it completely. To tell you how hot it is at that time. Of course, they factor all those things when they are producing all those big, powerful engines. So they know that, these cars can be used like this. So yeah, the engine, the part of the engine, the type of metal they use can take that kind of hotness. So you just wait, leave it, let it run. If you can, wait until the fan goes off, but it may take a while. So, but leave it to idle close to like 3 minutes, or if at least 5 minutes is okay. 5 minutes, I don't think is okay, because the fan will continue to run. That's one the fan that is still factory connected, not the ones that connected it to be blowing like aeroplane. This thing when aeroplane is trying to, what's it called? Well, about to take off. When the plane is about to take off, you know how the fan on those are engines, how fast they can be vibrating the entire thing. Some people, that's what they do. Their car all of a sudden will be, their vehicle will all of a sudden will become a aeroplane. So just allow it. Then after a while, after like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, you can now switch it off. That's how to shut down an engine that just did a front drive. If you don't do it this way, if you just come here and switch it off, wait for 5 minutes, wait for 30 minutes. I don't know how long, at least within 5 to 30 minutes, go and switch on ignition. You will see your temperature gauge will get close to almost rest zone. At least it will pass the normal, it will get close to that zone where you know it's about to overheat. Even though before you switch up your engine, the temperature was normal. It was reading 90 or probably less than 90 or a little bit over 90. But because every other part of the engine was very, very hot and the coolant was still reading normal, you didn't allow the fan. All that time the engine was blowing, the fan was blowing. It was actually cooling some of those parts of the other engines that were extremely hot. That's why I say if you drive slowly in town, once you are done with your distance, those breeze that come in will also help to reduce the heat, to push out the heat on the extremely hot engine. Even when you get there, allow the distance. Of course, when you park, you find out that the fan will be on very high speed. Then later it will reduce and still spin on the high speed for a long time. Now some people will say, oh, but my car, if it's very hot, if I switch off the engine, the fan will still be running. That is not in all cases. Even sometimes when it does that, you say that you didn't even do front drive, but it will come up because it's the coolant temperature that is working at that time. That's the coolant temperature that is trying to bring it down to maybe like 90 or 95 before it goes up. But this time I'm talking about the other part of the engine. Then you now switch it off. What will happen? That heat will also transfer back to the coolant that was already reduced to the normal temperature. Then the coolant will go up again. The coolant temperature will start going high, and eventually it's telling on your head gasket, your engine cylinder head gasket. So back then, during the 505 turbo engines, that when those 505, in the era of 505, when they had turbo engines, that's how they used to switch off their engine. You have to wait for it to cool down before you switch off. But it's not just that anymore. Even the normal engines, you have to do the same now. Otherwise, you lose your head gasket at some point, or you lose because it will burn off your engine. It will. So now you know how you can do that. And I started to sweat here, guys. Okay, so I hope video explains it for people. I wonder this. Okay. There is a fly that enter inside the car. This is free now. So now you know what is front drive. Now I'm not saying because you did 200 kilometers per hour, 250 kilometers per hour, that I'm saying it's not a front drive. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying front drive, the emphasis is on the RPM, not the vehicle speed. The vehicle speed is speedometer. The RPM is engine speed. That's where the emphasis is. That one makes it fun. The way the car behaves, goes up, push it on, stay like this, then you push it and it comes right. That's what I'm talking about. The other one, you just stay like this. That's why automatic, all you need to do is just put it on drive, press the sport mode, hold the steering, push it to the floor, you've won the race. There's no driving skill there. I just tell people, even though some people may feel offended, but I want you to look at it this way. Just be logical. You don't need a human being to sit in a drag race. Now that's why I don't watch drag race. Drag race they are for kids. You don't need to be a human being to actually win a drag race. All you need is you can even put monkey, all these tamed monkeys, put them on. See, I said, hey, monkey, just hold the steering straight, never even shift it, because drag race is actually straight line. Hold it like this, press the throttle, just hold the brake, you put it on drive for the monkey, press the stop and say, don't even let the brake go out, just hold it firm. Once I blow whistle, release the hold this straight. I will put another whistle in the car, so that if I press it, the whistle, however, you hear it, then you must brake. Or you tell the way, once you see it cross that line, just release the throttle and press brake. It will win the race. It will win the race. You don't need to even any living thing. Just find something to hold the steering straight. Find something, maybe a device that will press and hold the brake pedal, put it on drive, put it sport mode, blow whistle, the referee will blow whistle, you press your computer, it will release what is holding the brake, press something, will press the throttle down to the floor, boom, up it goes. Then you win the race. Even if you can't be able to control the car anymore with your computer, you can go and crash yourself, but it has won the race. So there's little driving skill required, to use automatic for such one. The only time you automatic makes sense, or you apply some skills there, is like the not even sport mode, the manual mode. But even at that manual mode itself, it's really that fun. It's not really as small. I mean, it's more like an illusion. It's an illusion. It's not really, because it's not mechanical. In fact, these days, most of them is the paddle shifts. You just, come on. I know people, they will feel offended that I'm trying to talk down on them. But you know what I'm talking about. I know it's not everybody that is into cars, but I'm talking about if truly you want something for. That's why when I look at all these muscle cars they use in US and see the ones with automatic, I'm like, come on, guys. Why the name of that muscle given to it? Mechanical, as in you feel it, every part of the car, you are the one moving it. Muscle cars, what does it symbolize? Masculinity. You are the one deciding whether the car will shift like this with your throttle, with your pedal, with your gear lever. Every part of the car, you tell it how to move. You can, as in you see, men feel excited when they are able to do something as in control. That's why men, one of their, even though some will call it negative traits or negative instinct, is dominance. They want to dominate something. That's what men do. You want to dominate. They'll be able to do, I was able to do this, achieve this, control something. But these days, I don't know. Almost everybody now wants even driverless car. That's even what everybody's clamoring for. The one that will just sit in, it will not even move at all. As in the vehicle, nobody will touch anything to take it to where you are and bring you back without touching the steering wheel. That's what almost every man is clamoring for. I mean, this generation itself, honestly, sometimes, well, what can I say? So now you know how to switch off your car, whether you do it with automatic or manual, so you don't wreck your engine. And please, if you want a fun drive Peugeot car, go and get one, a car designed for it. If you want a Peugeot 508, not all Peugeot 508 can handle it. Look for the one that has the biggest power on that line, or the model or the production year. Then you can use that one for it. Don't go and use one that has 110 horsepower or less. I expect it to serve you the way the other big one will serve you on very high speed. You're not going to do that. It can do 200 kilometers per hour, yes, but eventually the engine will not last like the one with bigger horsepower doing the same speed. Okay, so hope this video makes sense, and if it doesn't, well, it's not my problem. But if you like it, it means you've learned something from it. Alright guys, this is Ikenna 351 Monk signing off.